Hey loved ones, this is Love, and I'm coming to you today, first of all, to say Happy New Year. For those of us who made it into the new year, because like the old song says, millions didn't make it, but I guess we were one of the ones who did, right? So let me tell you what I've come to know to be true. That in this life, you have to have an awareness of what works for you. And when I say that, I mean knowing your luck, knowing what's going to help enhance your luck, and finding your luck. That's a big thing. On my journey, that was one of the most important things that I had to, or more important lessons that I had to learn, was finding out what worked for me. Because everything, what works for me may not work for you. What works for her may not work for me. So on and so forth. So yeah, that's a big lesson, finding out what works for you. And in that lesson, there were many times that I thought that I was the flyest thing stepping out of my door, going about my day. But when I look back at pictures, I was so wrong, y'all. I was so wrong. I committed so many offenses on myself because I didn't know then what worked for me. So yeah, so I had to take a seat and look at some things and kind of take a retrospective look, if you will, on what I can do to help me go along and my day smoother. So that meant finding out what hair looked good on me, what kind of cut, how to alter that, finding out the right shade of makeup. That's a big one. That's a big one. So many of us are walking around looking like ghosts. Even cisgender women don't know their shade of makeup. So what worked also for me to find the right shade of makeup was sitting down at the Sephora counter and letting them do makeup IQ. I think that's what it's called. So if you have the opportunity to, go ahead, sit yourself down at the Sephora counter, because those girls are willing to help you. Like really, like I haven't had any issues with cisgender women at the makeup counter being readily able and willing to help me find out what worked for me. But yeah, they showed me also how to do my brows. Like I already knew how to to shave them or whatever, but I learned, they showed me how to, instead of cutting them, instead of trimming them up, so to speak, they showed me how to color them in, and I use the Anastasia dip brow pomade for that. Just finding out the things that work for you, that'll make you, I don't want to say blend in, but less readily clockable, I guess, in society, to help your day in your society go by much more smoother. Also, I'm a tall girl. I'm like 6'2". Knowing the type of clothing, you know, that I've always been tall and slender. But I've got a little shape on me. But that's with the moans. The moans help you be shaped. If you hear a dog in the background, that's my puppy. I think he's upset. But yeah, find out what works for you. And a lot of the times, the gays can be our best allies. They can. I can't remember a time, especially in the onstart of my transition, looking toe up from the flow up. But my gays really came to my aid and were not embarrassed to be seen with me, you know. I went to the mall with them. We were out in the daytime, out and about, at certain functions in college, and they were right there with me, like, girl, come on, you better get out of here. So yeah, like the gays can be so instrumental in helping you adjust to in your transition, and helping you be more comfortable in your daytime illusion. We call it daytime illude, but in your daytime illusion, yeah. So yeah, find a gay because I I had a child, not a real child, but real in my eyes, my gay son. He used to do my hair, he used to do my lashes. And if cisgender women can have those gays in their corner doing their makeup and their lashes, why can't we? You know? So I would just promote you to befriend. If you don't already have a gay, befriend a gay male in your life, because they're so instrumental and so helpful, and at times when you don't have anyone else, they can definitely steer you along the right path. Choose the right gay, of course. You just don't want any gay. But yeah, so yeah, that's one of the lessons that I had to learn, and what I've come to know to be true. You have to find out what works for you. Yeah. Know that you're loved. Know that you're loved.